Annual Earthshot Prize event is being held in South Africa for the first time ever. Cape Town is the host of Earthshot Week 2024. 5 winners will walk away with the coveted £1 million prize to scale their climate solutions. Multichoice CEO Calvo Mawela joins us now to have a chat about the group's involvement. Calvo, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. So yesterday we were speaking to Hannah, who is the CEO of Earthshot, and she was speaking about how exciting it is to bring Earthshot to Africa for the very first time, and in South Africa to be specific. But speak to us about this collaboration. Why did MultiChoice say, let's do this together?
Yeah, good morning, Aldrin, and good morning to our viewers. We have been in discussion internally around ESG and what contribution we can make. As you know, ESG is environmental, social, and governance issues. We then said we wanted to have something that is of a broader impact than what we have seen in the past or what we did in the past. Throughout our search, we then stumbled across Earthshot, which demonstrated that they are looking at something of scale that can be impactful in the environment for the whole world. And we thought, as an African corporation that operates in 50 countries, this is fitting in line with what Africa is going to face. As you know, the impact of climate change, unfortunately, impact Africans even worse. So we thought this is an initiative that we can support. We can amplify the message around making sure that our environment is safe so that we can leave this earth in a better place than we inherited it as we came onto this world.
Yeah. And what's the nature of that support outside of just providing the platform, which is, of course, a very, very broad platform? What else is it that MultiChoice is bringing to the table?
Yeah, the good thing about the Earthshot team is that they do not limit the involvement of partners like us. We have said we want to see what they are doing, where we can make contribution either through research or support with information that we gather. In as far as what is happening on the continent, there are many innovative solutions that people have come up with in the continent that support making sure that the environment is in a better place. They've allowed us openly and made sure that we can participate in any discussions that they are having. So among the things that we do is to meet the people that are involved in Earthshot in terms of different areas across. We have just launched the accelerator program with the support of 91, which will be a good initiative that looks at people that are in business, focusing on environment. And the plan is to give them the opportunity to be able to raise funds and get the necessary support for them to be able to scale their businesses. So those are among the initiatives that we have taken with the Earthshot team. And we are glad that they've embraced coming all the way to South Africa, to Cape Town, and Africa for the first time. And we have had interactions with about 100 young people that are involved in Earth-related solutions to try to make sure that the environment is a better place. And it's exciting how much innovation is coming out of the continent, much better than any other places that we can see. But it just shows that if we put effort into it, we should be able to do something much better for the continent.
Yeah, and that's actually the point that I was stressing with Hannah yesterday as well, that if you take into consideration that Africa as a continent has the lowest emissions, yet some of the ingenuity that we're seeing in terms of innovation coming actually from the continent, which speaks to how young people themselves are also aware to what is currently happening and how to prevent the continent going down a slope that would actually lead us to a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, it's refreshing to see how many people are involved in this area. You'll think that it's something that is happening in the West more so, but as you know, in Africa, we're faced with many other challenges, poverty, inequality, and many other problems. However, you can see that we are not sitting back and waiting for these solutions to come our way. Young people recognize that the environment that we live in needs to be conducive for us to be able to thrive, and they are taking the initiative themselves. Some are coming up with very innovative solutions around using technology to make sure that we are able to protect the ocean, and many other areas that they're involved with, which will be showcased tomorrow. And I hear that your channel as well will be broadcasting there. Yeah. So many people will be able to tune in and be able to watch what innovation solutions come from Africa in response to climate change.
Yeah, and when we look at a corporate citizen's perspective, MultiChoice Group's own ESG report for 2024 speaks about the 5-star green rating that you got from the Green Building Council of South Africa for the Randburg office, but also solar power being installed at MultiChoice City. Speak to us about the importance of how corporates actually respond to this question when it comes to ESGs.
Yeah, we as a board spend a lot of time discussing what are the solutions that we can bring to the fore. As you know, we are not one of the big polluters of the environment in terms of our contribution. It's not like we are an oil company or anything of that sort. So it's mainly through the equipment that you use in your home when you watch television that you might have to dispose of it if it's no longer working. But in the main, what we did was we said, everything around us needs to move towards a green rating. With us building MultiChoice City a few years ago, we said we want the building to be accredited as green, and we've been able to achieve that. Load shedding came, and we decided on our own that despite us having used diesel to make sure that we have 24/7 operation as a broadcaster, we then took the initiative to invest in solar. Those are some of the initiatives that we're making. The other point that we've also focused on is that when you want to dispose of your decoder, don't leave it in your garage, bring it to MultiChoice. We'll be able to dispose it in the rightful way so that it doesn't impact the environment going forward. Those are some of the key initiatives that we've taken on board, and we are looking at other interventions that we've made. That's why we've partnered with people that are best in this, in the form of Earthshot, and we are making progress in identifying other areas that we can make an impact.
Yeah, and of course, being in a technologically advanced space as well, the technology that we come up with, some people never think about the e-waste that comes along with it. But interesting to see the approach that the MultiChoice Group has taken around this particular issue.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we take it very seriously. We think as a responsible corporate citizen, we need to back ourselves in terms of supporting initiatives that are good for the environment and good for the future generations to come beyond us. And that's why we spend so much time in our board meetings having a focus on this area and making sure that we are able to deliver impact in all the countries that we operate in on the continent.
Yeah. In conclusion, what's your message to South Africans, including corporate citizens as well, around how we should understand the world that we're living and how global warming is having an impact on how we understand how human interaction is also going to be affected?
Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing which happened with the floods in KZN, I think it also raises visibility that climate change is here. It's no longer something that is been spoken of in boardrooms by sophisticated people. It's something that we experience on a day-to-day basis. We saw snow in times that we have never seen snow before in terms of weather patterns. So you can see this is real. The opportunity for us to have an impact and make sure that we slow down the impact of climate change firstly in your communities, in your country, are immense. The little contribution that you are making, you might take it very small, but each one add to the other, and will have a positive impact and can preserve this continent and the earth for much longer than we think. So my call will be for everybody to join hands with us in terms of supporting these initiatives. We think it's going to have an impact for next generations to come.
Thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate it. And thanks for that message as well. Calvo Mawela is MultiChoice Group CEO.